The moment Amara grasped that pregnancy test strip and observed two red lines towering like traffic lights, she was certain her content game was going to hit another level. Not a normal level, but a worldwide international baby mama influencer, soft life level. If you're new, please subscribe to our channel, like this video, and don't forget to share it with your family and friends. Also, let us know where you're watching from. Why wouldn't it be? She had already taken over all the other faces' skincare reels to serving haters with makeup tutorials. From imposter fainting challenges to home tours in luxury homes she conducted within leased apartments, she was the clapback queen, the edit duchess, and the absolute best at keeping it aesthetic, even if you are crying on the inside. So of course, she thought motherhood would be another feather for her content hat. She visited to take her husband David along with her that day and informed him, "Babe, we are having the most gorgeous baby in Nigeria. You should start working on your pot belly because this child will trend from womb to walking." David, who just got back from working a night shift and had not slept, just blinked twice and replied, "Congratulations, my love. Let me just rest my eyes for 5 minutes," and 5 minutes turned into snoring. But Amara was okay with it because she was already on Canva working on the pregnancy reveal poster. By the following morning, she had organized a complete maternity shoot with drone, dry eyes, a stylist, and soft violin in the background. She uploaded it online with the caption, "A new life has begun inside me. No filter needed. The glow is of God." Her fans went berserk. Some fainted, while others uttered, "God." Even the brands that previously disregarded her began sliding into her DM, "Hey Amara, can we send you our premium Panada waist beads for a collab? Hey Queen, we just launched a luxury organic pregnancy tea that has the taste of heaven and honey. Can you do a sip and walk video with it?" And her head swelled. But her stomach started growing too, and that hardly was her new ministry. There were new pregnancy reels every week, not regular reels, mind you, but top dollar productions. She once released a video called Baby Mama Vibes where she donned cinch stilettos, held a basket of plantains, danced to a slowed-down rendition of Who's Your Guy, and still managed to wink and blow a kiss at the end. Commenters stated, "This woman does not run on blood. She runs on a full battery." She began referring to herself as Mama Soft and added a special area in her home referred to as the Bomb Lounge, where she would recline in a draped robe with gold anklets and pretend to be resting, while conversing on the camera like, "Hey bumpies, just a quick hello. Baby is kicking but mommy is glowing. Soft life or nothing." David, meanwhile, was the unpaid cameraman, massage therapist, night snack fetcher, and ring light knob twirler. He grumbled a little, but each evening he'd glance over at Amara and say, "Are we having a normal pregnancy or raising a TikTok avatar?" And Amara would smile and reply, "You don't get it. Baby content is high. And content, you'll be thanking me later." But his worry increased when Amara employed a pregnancy vlog manager, Leela, whose responsibility was to remind her when to cry before the camera, when to laugh, and what to say. Mothers are superheroes, in a British accent. David once overheard Leela whispering to Amara, "Ma, let's try fake contractions on camera. Your followers will go mad." That evening, David almost packed his bags and fled to his brother's home. But that didn't discourage Amara from performing her pregnancy content. Actually, as time went by and the bump grew, her drama became more mature. She started performing weekly gender prediction challenges on the internet. First, she claimed it was a girl. Then she said the next week it was twins, then triplets, then eventually she said, God is concealing the gender from my enemies. And the plan was working because her followers were addicted. One afternoon, her mother-in-law called and said, Mama, I have been watching your videos. They are good, but don't forget babies are not phone filter material. You need to rest now because the actual work begins after they arrive. But Amara smiled, blocked her on WhatsApp, and uploaded a mysterious quote on her status that read, Not everyone clapping for you wants you to win. Sometimes the loudest clap comes from a hater. 7 days before her due date, Amara shared a dramatic reel of her rubbing her belly in the rain with a narration that went, I don't know what kind of mother I will be, but I know I'll be soft. The reel racked up over 1 million views, and CNN Africa shared it with the caption, Nigeria influencer redefines pregnancy with style. Though her ankles were puffy like Buff Buff and she hadn't eaten cereal in silence as David had lost patience trying to make sense of her, he said, Babe, shouldn't we pack baby diapers and perhaps wipes? But Amara stared at him like he was speaking Hebrew. David, this is not poverty packing. This is a deliberate construct. But just as she was singing the line where she uttered, I'll be giving birth like a soft queen, not a warrior, her belly did bam. She froze, blinked, stooped slowly, and uttered, Leela, did you feel that? Leela replied, Ah, Ma, it's your womb but not mine. Another sudden twinge arrived just then. Amara shrieked, clutched the bed frame, and hollered, Why is someone pulling my intestines? David spilled his cereal and sprang up. Babe, time. I believe the baby is arriving. Amara faced Leela, rewound the camera, and began filming. This is the material we have been anticipating. Leela began taping as David was hysterical and phoning the hospital. Amara, however, had on makeup while she was crying, then slipped on a silk robe and yelled, If this baby is arriving, it should greet me radiant. In the hospital, the nurses emerged to help her in, but she was still offering commands to Leela. Zoom in when they tell you to push and please use that soft filter. I don't want to appear messy. Well, by the time she was 6 cm dilated, this soft life came to an end. Amara ripped her wig off and hurled it at David, slapped the nurse who instructed her to breathe softly, bit her own lower lip so that it became puffed up, and began screaming, Who sent me to do this? The doctor walked in and exclaimed, Ma, you are nearly there. Remain calm. Amara yelled, Come for where? Bring out the baby now. I will sign anything. Open me up. Pull it out. Just stop this. She attempted to grasp Leela's hand, but scratched her instead by accident. Leela dropped the camera and fled to the hallway sobbing, I am not doing this again. This job is after my life. When the baby was finally delivered, there was a silent pause that lasted a long while, and everyone waited for the characteristic soft cry of a newborn. But the baby was delivered with a wail so piercing and loud that the nurse holding her almost threw her in the air. Even the doctor exclaimed, Jesus Christ, this one has lion's lungs. Did you pair Bluetooth to her throat? The wail reverberated off the wall, ricocheted into the ceiling, into the corridor, and awakened 2 other women who were pregnant and sleeping. One of the women in room 3 muttering, God, I beseech, postpone mine. I am not ready yet. David attempted to hold the baby, but she cried more loudly, and he just stood there fumbling to clutch her in bewilderment. Amara, lying on the bed, still gasped. The weeping went on with a deafening noise. It originated from her soul and rattled the air. Amara sprang up and uttered, Is she all right? Why does she weep as though she saw something? David picked her up, stomped around, bounced, sang lullabies, pleaded, whistled, and even attempted to bribe her with a pacifier, but she wailed louder. Amara attempted to breastfeed. Nia sucked twice, scrunched up her face, and pushed the nipple away, not at all dissimilar from, "Leave me, let me cry." At 2 a.m., Amara was on the floor, roughed up and bewildered. She looked over at her husband, David. "This is not the child I ordered for." Even David was so exhausted that he didn't have an answer. He was sleeping on the floor, holding a thermometer in his hand. Whenever they assumed Nia had dozed off and attempted to put her down softly, her eyes would suddenly open like in a juju film, and she would wail even louder than before. It was like she was whispering, "Put me down once again, and I will show you PEP level 10. The following morning, Amara didn't upload anything, and her audience started asking, "Mama soft, you all right? No post today." Not that Amara was aware of how much her audience cared. She was using one hand to cradle Nia and the other to rub her starved eyes. Her vlog manager, Leela, dropped by with her laptop and light kit. "Nah, let's film new mom morning routine." But Amara glared at her with bloodshot eyes and warned, "If you record me like this, you will vanish in this house." Leela quietly packed her bag and departed without bidding farewell. Baby Nia, however, was only just beginning. It was not an exaggeration to refer to her as the head mistress of the crying ministry. She would bawl if Amara changed her diaper. She would cry when Amara didn't get it changed quickly enough. She would cry at bath time. She would cry after bath time. She would cry because she was starving and cry because she was full. She would never cry when Amara was attempting to sleep. Then she would laugh quietly, see her mother's lids fall, and immediately scream right into her ear. By the third night, Amara ditched the pajamas and wore David's old shirt and wrapper instead. She ditched cream. She stopped responding to DM and even forgot what day it was. David offered to call his mom to come and assist, but Amara wagged her finger at him. "I blocked her because she gave me advice. I will unblock her tomorrow if I survive the night." The baby cried so vehemently that night that the estate security guard visited knocking on the door. "Madame, sorry, we heard a distress piece. I miss me." Baby Nia, who was wearing a pink onesie with stars on it, smiled innocently and let out a huge scream at that point. David tossed the remote in frustration, hurled it toward the window, and exclaimed, "Let's just baptize her now. Maybe her cry will lessen once she's born again." By the third week of taking baby Nia home, Amara realized she was no longer the slay queen. No, she had been overthrown. She was now just a wrinkled jester dancing to a tiny queen whose cry could shatter a wine glass. The once vibrant content creator who edited videos with classical piano playing in the background was now editing out baby phone screen. She tried it all that she knew, but nothing worked. Breast milk, nope, formula, no way, swaddling, ah. She screamed as though they were shipping her out folded. They played white noise for her, but she cried louder to drown it out the day that they put her in a rocking chair. It just made her madder. Then one morning, or better put, one ungodly morning at 3:10 a.m., Amara, in sheer fatigue, hunched over to grab a pack of wipes and unwittingly played an old Mollywood film downloaded on David's former tablet. It was my husband's secret twin part 3, a 2006 classic with a melodramatic scene with the soundtrack "Oh My Love, Where Are You Going? Don't Leave Me in This World Alone." Miraculously, the instant the song was played, baby Nia stood still and ceased her crying. She blinked and attempted to move her head as if hearing a long, forgotten prophecy. Amara froze in shock, and David sat upright. They gazed at the baby. Baby Nia blinked once more and then smiled. Amara clicked replay. The music began again. "Oh my love, where are you going?" Baby Nia laughed and contorted her small hands. Amara shrieked, "David, we did it. We've got the antidotes." She scooped up baby Nia and began dancing slowly to the music, moving left and right like a backup dancer in an old Mollywood music drama. Baby Nia laid her head and yawned. David fell to the ground in ecstasy. "Ah, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Patience of Sade." That evening, Amara danced for 2 hours continuously, singing along and swaying like a woman possessed by Nollywood's ancestors. But when she attempted to halt and lay Nia down, the scream came back, not the normal scream, "Oh nah." The "don't try me again" kind with rage that accompanied it. Amara scooped her up again, replayed the soundtrack, and danced. And that's how it officially started. By the third evening, Amara had learned every single lyric of the song by heart. She had no other choice. News started spreading. First, her assistant knew, then her siblings, then it reached Twitter. One day, somebody shared a video of Amara dancing with rapper singing the Nollywood song off and cradling her baby in her chest. The caption was, "From soft life to soundtrack life. Slay Queen turns backup singer to her baby." The video became viral. Someone posted, "This is what happens when you are glamorizing pregnancy as if it is one Balli vacation." Another person wrote, "That baby was sent from the old Nollywood archives to humble you." But Amara didn't care about the opinions of people anymore. She only sang and danced in her sitting room like a mad woman in a theater rehearsal. Here, her former followers began leaving in droves, and her brand sponsors fell silent. One of them wrote an email, "We are shelving the Baby Glow campaign for the time being. This is not the aesthetic we had in mind." Amara wrote back, "Me too. I didn't have this in mind." By then, Amara was famous in the estate as the lady who sings to the baby with rappers and tears. Everyone teased her, and others felt sorry for her. That week, Amara decided she was going to reclaim her crown. She would go back to content and publish something, anything, just to let her fans know that she still existed and was still fabulous. So she had set up her ring lights in the kitchen, dusted her face with baby powder since she couldn't locate her setting spray, and had on her most stained robe. Baby Nia was buckled to her chest in a carrier. David manned the camera and whispered, "Please don't irritate her. That baby has ears like a motion detector." Amara nodded, took a deep breath, and then went live. "Hello, Bumpies, it's been a while. Motherhood has been a journey, very raw, very real, and very echoey." But Amara hadn't even gotten a chance to say another thing when baby Nia let out the "You forgot my soundtrack" type of scream. Amara freaked out, and David hit play on the Nollywood song, "Oh my love, where are you going?" Amara smiled and started dancing on life. "Sorry guys, she loves this one. It soothes her." But the remarks were already pouring in. Is this circus life or soft? Amara has finally become remix motherhood. Ah, this baby is her karma, and I am seeing every minute or more. No filter can conceal that suffering. Amara attempted to dismiss them and began describing how being a mother was an awakening of the spirit. But in the middle of her sentence, baby Nia pulled her earring out and hurled it at the phone. The phone vibrated. Amara howled, and baby Nia howled even more loudly. David yelled from behind, "Just cut the live about mission." But Amara did not comply. "No, they have to see it all because they've begun already. Let them see what I have turned into. Let them see baby Nia has taken over." The live continued for 15 more frenzied minutes with Amara sobbing and dancing simultaneously, baby Nia pulling off her wig at one time, and David sleeping and toppling in the background while attempting to fetch baby wipes. Before the live ended, more than 87,000 had viewed it, and bloggers did not hesitate. Instagram was in flames by morning. Tasha glows and dies long. Term influencer arch-nemesis uploaded a reel having tea with the comment, "If you use pregnancy for clout, don't cry when motherhood uses you for a joke." Tasha's fans jumped into action from there and began the new hashtag, #pray for Amara or #Pascorn. One of them commented, "I have been laughing since 300 a.m. That baby is the real influencer. Amara is just the stage." Another person posted eyed photos of Amara glowing in pregnancy holding a wine glass and present. Day Amara in wrapper holding baby Nia like hot fufu. It was captioned from champagne to chain reaction. Amara danced in the closet as she sang, "Don't leave me in this world alone." Baby Nia grinned, and David recorded video. Later that evening, anonymously scrolling, Amara read a tweet that devastated her. "It is one thing to lose yourself as a mother, but another to share the breakdown that life with bad light offers." She gently let the phone drop and wept not out of the trolls, but because for the first time she did not know herself anymore. It was not about creating content or engaging with followers anymore. She was not even engaging with herself. She was merely existing in Nia's universe. That evening, she said to herself, "I need to vanish for a little while. I need to discover myself before this baby cries me crazy." So by 6 a.m. the following morning, Amara had vanished. No drama, ring lights, or wig. She just vanished. David woke, stretched, and whispered her name with one eye open. "Amara, Nia's diaper is full again." There was no reply. He sat up and noticed Nia in her cot, awake, laughing, but her mother was not there. He attempted to call, but her phone was turned off. His heart leaped, and for one terrifying moment he thought, "Did my wife escape forever? Did she leave the baby and Joppa?" He ran back to the bedroom, scooped up Nia, and paced, "It's okay, it's okay. Your mother must have gone out to get something." But inside, he knew Amara had hit rock bottom. But by midday, gossipy blogs had already flashed headlines, "Slay Queen gone missing. Had she left the baby behind?" "Where is Amara? Mental breakdown suspected." "Nia, the baby who killed an influencer." Amara's final post was filled with comments such as, "Come back, mama. Don't let haters win. Is Nia okay? Do we need to call child services?"